Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be using the Naughty Nude palette by Huda Beauty. This has easily become one of my new favorite palettes, and if you want to see how I got this look, stay tuned. First, we're going to be starting with the brows. I'll be right back. First, I'm going to prep the brow by putting some powder down. Dust that away. Then I'm gonna brush through my brows really quick. I barely have brows, but make it work, like Tim Gunn says. I put the powder down because it makes it easier for me to draw the brows, because I got an oily forehead, so this just makes it easier for me. Now that I got the shape of the brow down, I'm just gonna fill it in. And we're just doing light strokes because I'm going for a natural brow. And now that we're getting towards the beginning of the brow, just going to use like a back stroking motion. And that's how I do my brows. Just back stroke throughout the whole brow. Do the same on the other side. Then I'm going to take my NYX powder foundation. It broke, so I'm just going to show you guys this. It's the matte but not flat foundation powder. And I'm just going to take a lipstick applicator and carve out the brow. And now that we got that powder down, I'm going to be taking, where is my brush? Hold please. Taking this Luxie 233 brush and just blending that out. Next, we're gonna do the eyes. Next, taking my Painterly paint pot and laying low, we're going to prime the eyes. Oops, I forgot to put my... Oh boy. I'm just a little nervous. My shadow shields on. Be right back. Gonna blend that all the way to the shadow shield and towards the bridge of the nose. Here she is in all of her glory. This is the Naughty Nude palette from Huda Beauty. For starters, I'm going to take this M504 from Morphe brush and I'm going to dip into Arouse, which is this shade right here. I'm going to put that on the brow bone. The next shade I'm going to dip into is Spicy. I'm not going to do any swatches of this palette because I feel like swatches don't really mean anything. It's just how the palette performs on the eye. So I will, however, do a swatch of the Slippery shade, which is this shade right here. People say it looks like coronavirus in a pan, but this is what that looks like. Literally nothing. It's a little bit washed out, but I don't even know if you can see that. It's like a very light color with a sheen. I'm going to go back in with my Painterly paint pot and I'm going to cut a little bit of my crease. So I'm cutting right above my crease. And I'm going to fill it in. Matter of fact, I'm going to just cut the whole crease. Why not? Now that we've cut the crease on both sides, time to go in with Spicy again, just to darken up that crease a little bit. Well, the outer corner. Then we're gonna go in with Desire. And I'm just using the brush to get the angled shape of the cut crease. And then I'm gonna just fill it in. I'm loving this shade. It went on like butter. Nice and smooth. And this brush doesn't have a name. I believe I got it from BH Cosmetics, like ages ago. There is a lot of kickback in the pan though. Not a lot, but I kind of dug into that shade a bit. But it does spread to a lot of the other shadows, which is meh. And I'm just going in with Hard, which is a marbled shade, but it comes off into a matte dark brown. And I'm just patting that on the edge with my finger. We're finger painting today, guys. Now for the moment of truth. Ooh. There's that side. These stick on really hard. And this side. This just needs a little bit more blendage on that side. Next we're gonna go in with liner. Today I'm gonna be using the Benefit Roller Liner. I just got eyeshadow all over it. Just gonna use my shirt. I'm lazy. And we're just going to create a wing. We're gonna do the same on the other side. Cross our fingers. I'm going to be taking these lashes from the Mad Lab by the Mad Scientists in the... Oh my gosh, I can't remember words. In the style Exoskeleton. I'm gonna have to get a new lash glue. The one that I currently use is the Strip Lash Adhesive by Lash Couture by Kiss, and it has not steered me wrong. This one's just getting a little old, so I need to get a new one. But this is the lash right here. Gonna take my trusty fan. I'm gonna take my lash applicator from Ardell. Look in my mirror, find my light. And there we go. I'll be back with the next lash. Now we're gonna start with the face. Well, not start with the face. Oh, you get what I mean. I'm going to be taking my Fenty Beauty. It's a little dirty. My Fenty Beauty foundation in the shade 440. Taking an old BH cosmetic brush and just I don't know, with this brush it makes it so much easier to blend out my foundation, and I don't need a lot, so flawless. Next I'm going in with the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Chestnut. I'm just gonna dab that under my eye. Then I'm gonna damp my sponge. This is the Watermelon Facial Mist from Trader Joe's. They had it during the summer. They no longer sell it, so I'm very sorry. But it's worked wonders for my makeup. It gives me a nice dewy look. And just blend out that concealer. So I'm gonna need you guys, I was hiding my mole for a second. I'm gonna need you guys to suggest any new video ideas or anything like that. You could comment down below. I'm always willing to hear you guys out, because I need to know what beauty content to post, or if it's even beauty content that you guys want. And I'm gonna go back in with my powder. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Powder. I mixed 35 and 40 together. Those are the two darkest shades to create my highlight shade. So I'm just gonna dip my sponge into that and press it down into the skin lightly. And I'm gonna do the same for the other side. And while I let that sit for a little bit, I don't like to bake, but I like to put on my bronzer while I have my powder on my face. So I'm just going to take that. This is the True Complexion contour palette from Black Radiance. I'm just going to use the bronzer to contour. And this is just a nice little small eyeshadow fluffy brush. So it's a blending brush. You know, try to minimize the appearance of my forehead a little bit. And then I'm going to take that same powder, go right underneath that contour. Then I'm going to take the powder, the same Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade 40, which is my actual skin tone shade. And we're going to use that and dust off the powder. I'm always searching for my brushes and it's right in front of my face. I don't always do my makeup like this. Normally I just put on concealer and I'm good to go. But today I just felt like doing a whole look, so... Oh, I forgot to contour my nose. Where did I put the brush? Oh, found it. We have to look like we have no nostrils. Then I'm going to spray my sponge again. Oh. And I'm going to pat down my face. I don't like to spray the setting spray onto my face. I like to just blend everything into my skin. Dab off some of the excess. And just press it into the skin. So you still get that sealing from the spray, but you don't have those little dots on your face if it's not a fine mist. And even when it's a fine mist, I still do this. And it gives me a nice dewy effect. It gives me highlight without actually having to put on highlight, but I think we're still putting on highlight. Now we're gonna go in with blush. I don't have an actual blush, I use an eyeshadow. So today I'm thinking red. I'm thinking red. So I'm gonna go in with Saffron from the Ace Beauty Flare palette. And I was never really a blush girl. That's the funny thing about this. But as of late, because it's so cold out, I love that like cold kind of look. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that same shade and brush it across my nose. Like that I'm cold kind of look. I put on a lot of fucking blush. But that's okay. I can always go in with the same brush that, the same sponge that I had my concealer on and just pat that out a little bit. Should I leave it on? I'm gonna leave it on the nose. Yeah. And a little bit of inner corner highlight, never hurt anybody. So I'm going in with the shade Biscotti from the Ace Beauty palette, which is this light pink shade. It's actually a duochrome. It goes from pink to gold. And I'm gonna spray that. And I'm gonna place that right there. I'm just gonna wipe off my lip gloss. And I'm gonna be going in with this NYX lipstick. It's called Cactus Dreams. It's a nice burnt orange. Now I'm gonna put on some earrings and I'll be right back. Almost forgot highlight. Just gonna take this one from NYX. It's their Strobe of Genius palette. The shade doesn't actually have a name, but I'm going in with this shade. Again, this broke too. NYX needs to work on their packaging. 2021. Work on packaging. It's a nice natural highlight. I'm loving this. And this is the finished look, guys. So, what are my final thoughts? My final thoughts on the palette is that I kind of love it. I didn't expect to love it. Like, I loved the shades when I saw it on Trend Mood. I was just like, oh my god, I need it. But then I saw the price, which is $67. And I was just like, ah, my wallet. But is it worth $67? No, it is not. So I would say catch it on a sale, or actually right now Sephora is having a sale for 20% off, you can use the code major sale and you get 20% off. So I would jump on that ASAP. And I think the code is good until the 1st of January. So those are my final thoughts on the palette. It is absolutely amazing. But yeah, catch you guys on the flip side.